Hey guys, here we are back in the garage. I'm gonna be going and working on the old girl again. I just finished charging up the battery, getting her ready in that aspect, so still trickling away. So there's that going on. Then we're gonna take and we're gonna finish up some of the smaller parts that we have going on while we wait for the rest of our pieces to come in. So I still gotta take and install the lower radiator hose. So we got that. We're gonna install the fan right there. So we have that to do. The wiring's there, we just need to install it. So I think that's what we're going to focus on. We're going to focus on wrapping up the wiring and installing the fan and then just miscellaneous odds and ends until we get it done. So stay tuned. All right, so up here we have our lower water neck coming off the motor, and we got to get down to right here. So what I had was this elbow right here, and it ran kind of like so, and then it had a 90 linking the two on the back end right here. So I can put it back that way, but I'm wondering if I want to just take and modify this neck so it's pointed more down. And I know they sell kits for that, but I don't know if I want to pay money for a kit. Plus, this is a good opportunity to change out the thermostat anyway. So I think I'm going to go ahead and go with option B and modify the neck. We're still going to use this, just fit it a little better. All right, so let's go ahead and take this neck off and see what we can do. Oh yeah, that looks tasty. It's not too bad, it's just got a little bit of rust on it. That's right, we'll replace it anyways. So I just put this guy on the other way around. That comes out too far back, but if we put a angle right here where it points down, I think that would work a little bit better. So I'm wondering where we want to cut this to make it happen. Alright, so this is where we had it cut. So now we got to cut at an angle, which lets us re-index the position. So we'll toss it, we'll clean this off, and then we'll toss it on there and position it exactly how we need it, and then mark it up and weld it up. So let's take a look here. When we have it this way, which is the original way it is, that's not really helpful because we can't go down. So when we flip it, which was the opposite direction, we just gotta get these wires out of the way. So we can go like that right there. So Sharpie, oh. So we just gotta weld it right here. So we'll do that and then we'll do a test fit. Alright, so now got that kind of snugged up under temporarily. Gotta see how this would fit now in relations to this. And it's darn close. So, gotta take like an inch off the top on the front side here. And then it looks like we gotta go right here. So we'll cut it right here, and then we'll cut it right here, and then rebeat it.
11 minutes later.
Oh, major disconnect here. Oops. I need this to be a much tighter bend radius than what I have here. And that's my bad for not checking that beforehand. Sucks to suck, let's move along.
Moments later.
Alright, so I'm being stubborn right now because I'm not gonna take no for an answer. So I went down to the store, perused around, found this. We just need to give it a little snip.
I take your little thing, see? I put it into this little hole here and nip the tip.
And we can install it in the car. So it's not gonna be perfect. We're still gonna have to do a little splice tube between the reducer and this guy, but there really isn't anything I can get right this minute. So we're just gonna do this for now, and then down the road we'll see if we're gonna change it out. I might just leave it. So this guy needs to get cut right here. So our boost controller here, right now, I'm gonna make a little bracket that's gonna clamp it down right to this pipe right here with a standoff. So with that, we can clip this guy down a little shorter right here. Let's go ahead and design a little clamp and print it out. Alright guys, so this guy printed overnight, and I had it sitting here draining for a little bit. So we're gonna rinse it off, and we are going to take and let it post-cure in the sunlight. Alright, so while that is post-curing, we're gonna go ahead and take and do what we need to do with all of this. So that's our ground, so that's just gonna run back and we're gonna tie it to a ground. These guys, however, red, I still don't remember what the red's for. You got fan, and this is the fan one is the thermostatic switch. So this is gonna go just right up here where we're gonna put the thermostatic switch. And then this guy is our fan lead. So this is gonna actually power the fan. So I just gotta take and do a replacement on the pin for the ground lead, and then we'll do the same fitting on the other side, splice it in, and then get it all wrapped up. It's plenty long enough. We're just gonna get it all the way out there. So we'll go ahead and do that and keep it moving. so you guys can see just how tight it is in there. This fan is gonna come up right from the bottom. It's gonna be tight, 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 uncomfortable tight. Right up in here, and then secure down to the radiator. Don't worry, there is a gap in there. It's not doom and gloom. Just gotta get it secured in. Fan, I got these installed. I hot glued them in place, so they are now going to be completely locked in. Plus, it's also going to help that they're being pulled towards it so they can't slip out. For the fan, we're going to put it up. I believe we should be able to drill some holes right through this top plate and not have to go between the fins. So let's take a look here. Make sure that is in fact the case. And that is perfect top and bottom. So, we need to drill some holes right here and here. That would just get plugged in right here when we get the chance, and should be pretty good. Sweet. So this guy right here has finished post curing, and oh, look at that, perfect fit. All right, so looks good, looks good. Clamps nice and tight around it, won't move. All right, well, production part proven. So I'm gonna go ahead and spray this down with some paint, because I don't know, the gray down here, it's just not feeling it. So let's get some paint on it. We have our clamp all painted up, so we're gonna go ahead and mount this in place. So for that, we have M6 screws, cap screws, and some nuts and some washers. So let's do this. go ahead and give us a test, make sure I wired everything correctly. Alright, so this hasn't been connected since we started the whole front end, so hopefully nothing catches fire. Well, no sparks, so that's a good sign right off the bat. Alright, so now when we ground out this wire, the fan should kick on. And it does. Oh yeah, that pushes out a lot of air. Alright guys, there we have it. We got the boost controller all mounted up here. We got the wiring finished. The only thing we have left is to take the thermostatic switch, connect that up, connect up our temp switch when that comes in. Pretty much everything is done. So next episode, when the rest of these things come in, we got intake to do. We have a thermostatic switch. We got to flush the system. And then after that's all done, setting it off to get it lined and back on the road. See you next time. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to share, subscribe, like, do all that. See you guys next time.